Relocation is the oldest of the methods we use in the locational astrology. Sepharial described it in the 19th century, and some people say it already existed in the Middle Ages. The method is quite simple, however, and it could exist for as long as we are casting natal charts, for a couple of thousand years perhaps. The idea is that we create a chart for exactly the same moment when the person was born, but for a different location, as if he or she were born in that different location. Of course, many astrologers will tell us, but we were born where we were born, and not in that other location. But we are going to deal with this predicament in the course dedicated to classical relocation. Here is one of my favorite examples, a natal chart of Arnold Schwarzenegger, who was born in Graz, Austria, and a relocation chart for him, cast for Los Angeles, California. For now, just notice that in the relocation chart, planets moved to different houses. So, in some sense, they describe a different person and a different life. And indeed, we do change significantly when moving from place to place. I moved long distance quite a few times in my life, and I now have a rule. When planning to move, do not assume that you will remain the same person in the new location, with the same interests and hobbies. If you take with you all the stuff that was important for you in the old location, you might have to pay a lot of money for its removal. And then you might find that you don't actually need it anymore. That in the new location you have different interests, different priorities, and so your old stuff might simply burden you there. So it's better to move light and maybe spend some time in the new place before you'll decide what to take with you on the move. In the course on classical relocation, we'll ask ourselves how to decide whether it's a good or bad idea to move to the location we are interested in. Which criteria should we use? Some of those criteria might be quite simple, others rather complex. We'll discuss them and see how they work on examples of celebrities. Another topic directly related to classical relocation is astrosurfing, as I call it. It's an approach to astrology and life in general, in which we use the best locations for spending some key moments in our lives, and as a result, change the direction of our journey, and sometimes even external circumstances of life. There is a separate course on astrosurfing. As I mentioned before, classical relocation is closely related to astrocartography, and an overview of this second method of locational astrology will be the topic of the next lesson.